growing up in Compton is very difficult, obviously. The basic theme was you're not going to be anything. You're not going to make it. Whatever you're dreaming of, whatever you're working hard for, it won't materialize. You know, they said it in much harsher words, but basically I wasn't going to be anything. So I leaned on sports. It gave me an identity. It gave me self-confidence, and it took me away from the idle time of thinking about going outside and getting involved in the streets or any of the issues outside the home. So academics and athletics was really my balance. Growing up, I played, I'm gonna leave one sport out of it, but it was so brief and I was so horrible. I played football and track. I was really good at both of those. But then I went out for basketball, I was 8, 9 years old. And I scored 5 points the entire season, including 4 in one game. So I come to realize that leave basketball alone, despite my size, and focus on football and track. Right things, you know. I would come home with a backpack full of books. And, why you got on the books? What you studying for? What you gonna do? You ain't leaving the hood. It was challenging. People used to call me a nerd because I studied, because I sat in the front of the class, because I answered questions, because I wanted to learn. Coming from Compton and you know, there were some positives coming from Compton. As soon as I got on campus at Ivy League school, I became the talk of the campus. Like, there's a dude from Compton here, you know, like NWA or, you know, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and them. Everyone thought I was like, you know, a descendant of some rapper or some culture that they seen in Boys in the Hood and Men's Society. And then these cats would take naps, like between class, and then study all day. Meanwhile, I have football and I'm trying to study and balance it out. I'm tired. And I was looking at the rigors of my schedule versus theirs, and I realized that we were both competing, but in different worlds. I was competing academically, but athletically. They were competing solely academically. Like everything was focused on grades. And I was like, I've never met people who revered studying to this degree. So it's like anything, you got to get better, you know. I didn't complain about it. I just learned to accept the new challenge. And everyone's saying, you're not making it to the NFL. 1, not from the Ivy League, and 2, not from Columbia. I remember my moment of clarity when I knew I could make it is when we were in the East-West All-Star game. And so it's all these big-time schools, and everyone's there, Florida State, Miami, and Alabama. And I remember the first play, everyone wears their helmet from your school. So I got my Columbia blue helmet on, and I had to go against a tight end from Notre Dame. And, you know, growing up watching Notre Dame on NBC, I was like, oh my God, you know, the gold flakes, real gold flakes in their helmets. And coach was like, all right, line up, one-on-ones, you against this tight end from Notre Dame. And then I remember, time slowed down. I put my hand in the dirt, and I remember looking at my hand in the dirt, and he was like, all right, sit. And then I looked up. And when I looked up, because I'm ready to explode, I saw them Notre Dame gold flakes just sparkling. And I'm like, and in my head, and I'm saying this in real time, I'm like, this is it. And he said, what? Pow! And I just hit this dude. And all I know is the reaction was like, what? Because I'm like, there is nothing that is going to deny me. Nothing's going to turn me back. So once that happened, the confidence just soared, and I realized I could make it. There's nothing like walking out of a tunnel, and it's dark, and you hear the cleats on the concrete, and then that surface changes, and it's grass, and then you look up, and then the light comes, and there's 80,000 people, and they all looking at you like, what you got? And then you go out there and do anything to make them scream for you. Like, that's a high. That is something that gets everyone excited. Coming to LA for the first time, you gotta enjoy it, you gotta love it. It's to me the greatest city, one of the great cities of this world. So much to do, just embrace all of that. But you're here for the Special Olympics, you're here on the mission, I'm sure, to do the best you can in the competition. And I just leave you with the quote that has really navigated me through all my experiences from Mark Twain. Life is a competition between you and yourself.